All right. So, earlier in the show, I was talking about how right-wing conspiracy theorists who like to leave comments on my videos somehow were under the impression police are pro-left-wing and pro-Antifa. Somehow they think that. And that during 2020, police would just ignore left-wing crimes and only go after right-wingers. Now, that's obviously not true. And here's another example of that. In 2020, that being exactly the opposite scenario. Texas cops laughed as Biden aides pleaded for help from trucker Trump train last year. Texas police officers, quote, laughed and joked as desperate Joe Biden campaign aides pleaded for protection from a Trump train of cars and trucks swarming and even colliding with the campaign caravan on a freeway last year, according to an amended lawsuit on Friday. Text messages and recordings and transcripts of several calls to the San Marcos Police Department captured at least one official's joking, flat-out denial of help when contacted by 911 dispatcher. So who are you going to call when you're in danger? Going to defund the police. Who are you going to call? Imagine, right? Someone's breaking into your house and you call 911 and they're like, I mean, let's be honest. By the time we get there, you'll probably be dead and they'll be gone anyway, so fuck it. Well, maybe we'll think about it later. Don't really care. But who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? That's all I got. When you say maybe we should defund the police because they seem to not be doing too much with all their money and maybe that money should go into infrastructure or something. When you say that, right-wingers are like, who you gonna call when the murder? You're gonna get murdered. You're gonna call 911 after you get murdered? Right? So, again, that fantasy world where cops stop crimes and act like that never happens, right? Usually, cops, usually their main role is to show up after the crime's been committed and then do nothing about it. That's their main job. They don't normally stop crime as it's happening, and this is another example of that happening. We're not going to do it, said a San Marcos police corporal. The Texas Tribune first reported, we're not going to escort a bus. He quipped that the Biden bus should drive defensively and it'll be great. When a 911 dispatcher told a campaign aide to call back if they felt threatened, the staffer responded, are you kidding me, ma'am? They've threatened my life on multiple occasions with vehicular collision, and again asked for an escort along the freeway in south central Texas. Despite the pleas for help, there were no officers from San Marcos or any other police cars in sight during the dangerous 90-minute highway confrontation, the suit stated. The Biden bus and accompanying cars were chased by the train on a high-speed highway as they headed to a campaign event a year ago. In one collision, a Biden campaign car was videotaped being forced out of a lane by a pro-Trump trucker as surrounding vehicles were traveling at 70 miles per hour. A man who identified himself as the driver in that crash boasted about, quote, slamming that fucker on Facebook. So, the lawsuit filed by campaign workers and former Democratic State Senator Wendy Davis, who was on the bus, accused the San Marcos Police Department and city of failing to protect the campaign caravan despite repeated calls for help. But guess what? There's more. It also accuses officials of violating the federal Anti-Ku Klux Klan Act, which prohibits threatening or intimidating voters. They're charging the cops with the Anti-KKK Act, implying that the cops are acting on the benefacting, or acting to benefit, to benefit the Ku Klux Klan. That's what they're charging them with. And it's accurate. Of course. They literally were being, driven off the road by actual Klansmen, and the cops were like, my cousin Jeffrey's in the car right on the left. He says nothing's wrong, so whatever. Huh? Folks, I mean, What are we doing here? Like, are we just gonna watch this all happen and just go like, damn, that's some good TV? Like, I mean, like, is anyone gonna, like, vote for anyone that's not a shit-fuck Democrat? And again, these are Democrats. They hate Democrats. Democrats are the most pathetic, spineless, pansy, loser motherfuckers on the planet. Look at what's going on with the reconciliation package. Democrats are spineless. They don't give a shit about anything. And the Republicans still hate them. Maybe the Democrats should get their shit together and join the side of left-wingers who actually care about this fucking planet. Because again, Democrats have control of all three branches of government. Are they going to do anything? Nah. They just 3x'd police funding. Oops. You'd think after 2020 and this incident, the Democrats would maybe rethink police funding. Nah, tripled. I don't even, like, again, this is the hell world. We're all dealing with the hell world right now, and it's not good.